Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot and astrology for April 6th through the 12th of 2020. Stick around at the end for some big announcements in terms of price cuts for all my readings, how to get 30% off of astrology, natal charts, compatibility charts through this amazing site called Truly Divine. So stick around at the end for that. And again, both of that information will always be in my description box below this video. Do stick around also for a giveaway information at the end, as well as some other big announcements. So stick around, guys. We're going to go over the astrology first, and then we're going to get into your specific outlook for your sign for the week ahead, okay? So we got some big stuff this week, and if you guys haven't, do make sure to check out your monthlies. I've been finding that the weeklies are really lending to the monthlies that I did for April 2020. So do check those out. Those are all up. And do be sure to, especially to check out your weeklies for your rising sign first, then your sun and your moon. Rising sign does rule your whole chart, and I find that that really slaps for a good outlook, especially energy-wise and how things are coming across to you for your week and month ahead. So let's start off with April 6th, Monday here. We have the moon void. It's moving from Virgo into Libra. And this week, I do want to say just outright, it is Aries season in full swing. So here we have the moon kind of bringing in some harmony here. Well, actually, it will be in general in harmony with a lot of planets. So there's going to be a lot of natural expression with yourself and with others today. There's going to be a lot of taking account, into the opposite side as the moon moves into Libra. And you're going to be very focused on resolving issues diplomatically, fairly, bringing about balance, peace, and harmony. Tuesday, we have some big stuff going on. We have the full moon in Libra. And Libra is all, about relationships, about balance, about harmony. So it's bringing in a lot of clarity about relationships, a lot of harmony and connections. Okay, so any type of connections, again, that have been dancing around each other, weird situations even from last September, or even beyond that, especially with all the, eclipses, go back to those eclipses. If you've been dancing around a partnership, a person, a love situation since then, you're going to find that that could be coming up for that definitive moment, that big oomph moment here. So we might be reaching pinnacles within relationships in terms of seeing where they're headed, where they're going. Big moments could happen. Couples that are already together may start more enjoyable projects to work on together. And you need to start looking again at how do you feel when you're together versus apart. You don't want to be using relationships to define yourself or to avoid being alone. So let's see what else is going on here. Also, we have Mars and Aquarius on the same day here, squaring Uranus and Taurus. This is big news because this really only happens twice every other year. And Uranus and Taurus is big, and Mars and Aquarius is also big because they're both fixed signs and they're both very stubborn signs. People that say that Aquarians aren't stubborn, you're wrong. Aquarians might be, in my opinion, more stubborn than Taurus is, in my personal knowledge and experience with them as a Taurus, and having other people say that too. It's, they're kind of secretly very stubborn. So there's a really stubborn and intense, very combustible squaring here. So it could be very disruptive. Tempers might even pop off here, and it's going to be happening because our ideologies and our egos are going to be clashing again with these two fixed signs. So it's going to force you to be like, you know what, it's time to stand up for what I want. It's time for me to stand up for ourselves, especially if you've been putting off with it, okay? Putting that off. So steer clear of any people and situations that will explode. Keep a cool head, okay? Friday, April 10th is another pretty interesting thing and a pretty nice thing actually going on, especially for all this other really Aries energy, with the sun in Aries and being in Aries season. We have Mercury also moving into Aries here. So there's a lot of expressive, quick-witted, speedy speech here. We're going to be more drawn to, saying one-liners rather than going into a whole soliloquy of, everything and, maybe even like writing out an essay to explain things. People are going to have short attention spans. Keep it short. Pay attention to what people are saying, because if they have to repeat themselves, you might find that suddenly you're in an argument, okay? Because there's a lot of argumentative energy within this, within Mercury and Aries here. So if you don't want to burn down any major bridges, keep your argumentative side in check. So, in terms of astrology, that's pretty much what's going on here. We might do a separate video for the full moon in Libra, not Libra. So check that out as well. All right, so let's get into the tarot reading for the week. Hey, Cancers. All right, let's get into your weekly here for April 6th through the 12th of 2020. Quick announcement at the beginning here, so I don't have to bombard you at the end. Truly Divine. You can use my code Deku30 to get any astrology charts, numerology charts, compatibility for either numerology or astrology. They go in-depth analysis. Like, I would be I would be saying this about them even if I wasn't working with them, because I'm just beyond impressed with the results and the analysis that they went into for all of these things for me and even my partner. Like, they just blew our mind. Like, they've blown all the other services that I've ever used, people that I've even gotten numerology and astrology charts and analysis from. Like, they blew them all out of the water. So do check them out, guys. You can use the code Deku30 more than once. You can also share it to a bunch of people, as many people as you want. They can all use it more than once. So share the love, give yourself something to do, learn more about astrology, about your compatibility, about numerology and your life path number. It'll give you something to do during all these boring times where there's probably not much for a lot of people to do. So check that out, guys. Truly Divine. All the info is below in my description box. So again, check out Truly Divine. Use the code Deku30. And also in my description box is all the info on booking a reading with me, which right now I am taking 20% off of all of my readings. So check that out as well. Just trying to be helpful during these crazy and mad times. All right. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Do check out your monthly for April. Those are up. Check them out, especially for your rising sign, because that rules your chart, rules you and how you come across. I often find that checking out my Cancer rising readings are what really nail it on the cross for me, you know? Nail it down for me rather than sometimes even Sun or even Moon. So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feelings and emotions this week. We're using the Hobbit. Ooh, okay. Let's look at career. Let's say career, money, prosperity and career and money for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus this week. Oh, and it's frustrating. Let's look at love, relationships, romance. Ooh. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and let's see about anything major, big happening this week that we need to know about. Ooh. A lot of people have been getting the Ace of Wands this week as, you know, big events. There's a lot of newness moving forward, new oomph, new passion, new direction. When you get the Ace of Wands, we're taking our fire and we're directing it elsewhere, taking our magic and going somewhere else. So we're going to have to take a look at that in love in a little bit. But here, your emotions are pretty positive. We're seeing progression in terms of your emotional self towards what makes you truly happy, your emotional satisfaction. You're doing more to make sure that you're happy, that you're satisfied, that emotionally you feel successful from inside out. So if there are things, especially in terms of work, that are not hitting you right, Knight of Coins reversed, then the Five of Coins, we're not seeing progression, we're not seeing work, we're not seeing, you know, steadfastness and people sticking to it. You're also might be finding, you know, wow, this is kind of turned up on its head right now. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of progression. It feels like there's a lot being held back, and we're not really sure and not feeling very clear about the direction moving forward. Some of you could be feeling a little bit worried about maybe a job firing you, but not being very direct about it and just receiving less work right now. There's a lot of, you know, work is cut off, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting back into this. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. You know, where is this going? I'm feeling like, you know, I need to make money, I need to do things. So what's going on here? This is kind of saying, in terms of advice here, Hierophant, trust. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask the wiser, older person for direction in this, for guidance, because they will help you. It's also saying to reach it up to your higher self, to, you know, your deities, whoever it is, your spirit guides, your higher self, like I said before. They can help guide you through this. You have some of the answers, but you have to reach within and trust yourself. The Hierophant is that based knowledge, something that you do know, something that you do have. And again, it leads the way again from these worldly concerns, and that he closes his eyes to that and really feels his way through and doesn't worry about all the symptoms, all the things that are being shown to him, all this stuff. So he knows that at the end it'll be okay. And it's saying to, you know, reach out to somebody that can help you if you need to right now. It does feel to me, you know, by the end of Taurus season, you know, you have to trust that things are getting somewhere. Things will work out. They're going to progress. Right now, it's just not feeling very great. It feels really confusing and very much like, where the hell does this path lead? Let's look at love and relationship here. Six of Cups. Get the Six of Cups. Which for me is also a soulmate card, but it also brings up nostalgia, you know, also reconciliations, coming back into past feelings. You know, all that kind of, you know, weird cup stuff, you know, reflecting on the past, a return to innocence, to purity, to a simpler times here. But it does want a desire for reconnection, for coming back into something. And for some of you, it's wanting to come back into something with somebody that's not healthy. I'm going to have to say that and be honest. But you have to kind of tackle the devil in this situation and realize that sometimes relationships continuously cycle in and out and they're not healthy. And we accept that because we want to nurture it, want to make it right, want to change them, but they're not going to change. So if it's that kind of situation, step away from it, recognize the devil. But for some of you, this is actually a very positive feeling of, you know, getting in deep and really being able to express and realize those devil situations, the negative aspects, attachments, and qualities within a relationship or situation here. Yeah, and it's saying, you know, this needs to change. Once you see the devil, you're like, fuck, I need to change. Pardon my French there, but it's like, I need to change. Wow, this has to change. This has to be let go of. I see this now, so it's time to destroy it. And you know you have the emotional capacity to really relieve yourself, rid yourself of a past attachment and situation that might seem one way, but is actually very negative. So watch out for people trying to come back in and mess with you this week emotionally. You're not having it. Check out the astrology at the beginning of the video. Remember all the things that I said about that. Like, y'all ain't having it this week. No one's having it. You know, if you're going to mess with me and tell me how I feel, tell me what my life is, I don't think so. It's not happening. Yeah, you're going to fight up against it for sure. And Ace of Wands says you have a new view moving forward, a new you that you're going to stand up for. There's a lot more positive, fiery energy, you know, directing you in this new way. There's the source energy, you know, there's a lot of new beginning stuff here. So let's kind of see what that's about. Because once you take down once you recognize the devil, take down the tower, you realize whatever you were holding on to, whatever it was that you were trying to make happen there in terms of relationship, love, whatever wasn't working in terms of how you were communicating, who you were, it feels like almost like in terms of like a neediness. You'd like to go back to this nurtured time, but you can't. So it's time to stand up and do what's best for you and work for it. Okay, Eight of Coins, literally work for it. This is new stuff to work on, working on stuff for yourself, seeing yourself in a new light, seeing your life in a new light so that you know where to work on it. Also, again, ask for help, guidance if you need it this week. People can help you to see what you need to work on and how you can best get to where you want to go, how you can get through this, okay? You can get through this situation, but with direction, with fire, and with realizing your own true power. And if you don't feel you can cut off these ties, recognize these things, and figure out what's necessary to move forward right now, ask for help, okay? So let's pull some Romance Angel Oracle cards and then a Lindsay Anders. So this is a pretty decent week for you guys. We're going to see some breakthroughs moving forward, you know, really doing what's best for us. What isn't easiest for us, but what's best for us. Also, again, I'm doing a giveaway, guys. Last little announcement here. I'm doing a big giveaway on April 13th. So you have until April 13th to enter. All you have to do to enter is either book a reading before April 13th. You'll be automatically entered. Or you can share a video, any video from the channel, and you'll be entered to win this awesome bone bead wire wrap ring, along with some other crystals and a specially made spell sachet from me to you. Okay, and I'll put that hopefully in the comments below. Cancers. All right, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek and let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So maybe it's not even so much that this isn't the wrong person, but you're handling it wrong. Let go of control issues and stop questioning things. Stop asking. Stop you know, making yourself crazy about stuff. I know that this is the time where people are stuck in isolation and they're stuck in their thought loops, and we loop and loop and loop and loop and loop every day until we drive ourselves crazy. But you have to break free from that or find a way to do so, because as soon as you realize you're doing that, you're gonna be like, whoa, let me step back from that. That's not healthy. That's not good. Let's get a Lynn V. Andrews Power Deck card. Ooh, okay. Skill. Expressing your highest nature through your work is sometimes easiest when work is not exactly as you wish it to be. What a perfect message. There are hidden gifts within friction. Therein lies the secret way to a graceful life. You are not what you do. Your work is a higher mirror providing a reflection from which to learn in your evolutionary process. Then work becomes a higher skill and you begin to fine-tune not only your physical self but your spirit. A Zen garden expresses the essence of life in a highly perfected skill. Come to the inner truth that produces come to the inner truth that produces true skill. Beautiful message, and I think really important for you guys in how you're feeling this week, okay? So do be sure to check out your monthlies, guys. Make sure to subscribe, hit that wiggly bell. You'll be notified whenever I go live or I post up a video. Check me out over on Instagram for more content. I'm posting up more stuff there. I'm much easier to contact, communicate with there. So let me know of any, types of videos, content you want to see, and anything else, okay? Over on Instagram or even in the comments below. Have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. Namaste.